crazy, harrowing, death-defying experience he just lived through. And a stranger calling Mrs. Fortenberry at 11:22 at night to tell her there'd been an accident. That's it. 3 clicks. And all because that man took the money, but he wasn't willing to take the responsibility. Because of his actions, we were left with this. This is all that's left, Mr. Fortenberry. If he had just taken responsibility and called air traffic control, let them know that his lighting was inactive, this wouldn't have happened. You heard air traffic control say it. You heard our experts say it. That wouldn't have happened. He could have landed, because instead of looking into an ocean of darkness, Mr. Fortenberry would have been looking at this, the runway you saw. A 6,000-foot runway with a lighting system that you could activate from the sky. Anybody could activate. Equipment that would have saved his life if it had been maintained properly. And I want to thank you, members of the jury, Your Honor, for being here today. But this case, it's in your hands now. You have to decide whether Mr. Thompson was negligent, whether he failed in his duty to maintain that lighting system like he was supposed to. And from the evidence you've heard today, it's clear that he did. You heard their expert get on this stand today and tell you that he had a duty. He had a duty to notify air traffic control when that system wasn't working. You heard our expert get on the stand and tell you that he had a duty to notify air traffic control and the public when that system was broken, when there were any changes made to that system. Every expert who testified before you today had the same opinion. Mr. Thompson had to tell somebody. He had to give notice to the public because people are relying upon this equipment. Lives are dependent upon this equipment. Everyone is relying upon this equipment. Because when you take money from the federal government, taxpayer dollars, it's not just for your personal use. It's for the taxpayers. It's for all of us. It's so that the skies are safer for pilots. And Mr. Thompson took that money, and now he's here today denying responsibility. Now they want to convince you that he had 30 days to get this maintained. And he only had 7 days, 8 days, from August 10th to August 18th for the crash. But I want you to remember that that system, we don't know when it broke. That's when he found out. Who knows how long Mr. Thompson let that pilot-activated lighting system sit there broken until there was an emergency, until somebody tried to use it. And thank God they had the phone number and were able to get somebody out there to help. That was the first emergency. Second was Mr. Fortenberry. And folks, he wasn't so lucky. He didn't have the number. But they're here today telling you that Mr. Thompson had 30 days from when he had notice to get that system fixed. That somehow that's good enough. That's maintaining your airport facility like a reasonably prudent airport facility operator. The standard that he was held to. But is that what we expect from DFW, from LAX, from JFK, from airport facility operators? That they can let the runway lights go out and not tell anybody? Of course it's not. That cost Mr. Fortenberry his life. That disregard. And no matter how many days it was, there's not a single piece of evidence that Mr. Thompson ever got it fixed. When he got it fixed, if he got it fixed within 30 days. The best they had for you was an email with 2 words, not good. Somehow, they want you to believe that the words not good in this email is just a country way of saying, I have a responsibility to the public to get this pilot-activated lighting system fixed. Please notify air traffic control and hire someone to fix it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not good enough evidence that he upheld his end of the bargain when he took that money. Not a single email, not a single phone call, not a single shred of evidence that he contacted anybody outside of his organization or even a repairman to get the thing fixed. That's not good. That is negligence. That is failing in his duty to all of us, to use the taxpayer dollars he got to protect us. And it's not just a failure, it's unsafe and it's unacceptable. And the judge is going to instruct you that if somebody takes an action or inaction, and it's foreseeable that action could hurt someone, the law holds that person liable for the harm they caused. And that's what happened in this case. He took that money, he stood here on this stand, and he told you, yeah, I guess it's foreseeable that air traffic control might send somebody to my airstrip. But he wants you to believe he's not liable. But he is. And you know how foreseeable it was, ladies and gentlemen? It was so foreseeable that air traffic control and Mr. Fortenberry, when they searched for a private airway to put down, went here, 10 miles away from another airstrip right underneath him. Because South Fork Ranch stands out. It's 6,000 feet, you could land a jet, and it's got a pilot-activated lighting system that any pilot could activate from the sky. That's how foreseeable it was. That's why Mr. Thompson is liable. That's why you need to